This weekend, my celebration for Memorial Day was going to the South Carolina Gun School, which we took a defensive pistol class. Training is so important. In fact, you guys know if you watch my channel, I am a big proponent of training. If you're going to carry a handgun for concealed carry, if you're depending on a gun for home defense to protect yourself and your family, you should definitely and take the responsibility to train and to be ready. You're learning some things that you wouldn't learn on your own. You're being introduced to ideas. There's a setup there ready for you to take it. It also improves your ability and especially your confidence with your firearms. And one of the things that starts out the class, at least for the South Carolina Gun School, is that we start out with more of a proficiency accuracy testing and getting those groups down, making sure that everyone in the class is at least fairly proficient with their firearms.
There you go. Nice and slow, methodical. Draw. Now, once that gun's up there, we should be lining them sights up. That front sight is your most important part. So we're going to put that right wherever we're going to shoot.
I definitely recommend going somewhere that's not high pressure, not at first, not for the beginner. So it's really important to pick a school that will really train you and teach you as you go along. Now I'm going to go through the list of things that were required for the class. This will vary from class to class, but it should be pretty much basic. Of course, the first thing you'll need is a good quality firearm, and of course my Glock 19 was what I took. You need 3 magazines at least. Of course I always take a few more, but 3 will do it for the class. Some good quality ammunition, a good sturdy belt, and a bull belt, this one from DalTechForce.com, a good bull hide leather belt. This is from my good buddy Armed Citizens 556, a good outside the waistband holster. Of course, a couple of pistol mag carriers is great. You can use your pockets. You definitely need some eye protection and ear protection. And then a good nice bag, and this is one from Maxpedition. It is the Active Shooter's Bag, a new product from Maxpedition. Great accessory to be able to carry all your gear and keep it in one place. Typically, they have tools and water and things like that that you're going to need, but these are some of the most important. Of course, a hat is something you really need. I know, especially in the hot weather, guys have had a lot of problems with the heat, and so keeping your head cool with a good hat is important. And if you choose to, a good pair of knee pads are also really useful. These are things really that you should have anyway, so really going ahead and getting any of these things that you're missing is really something you should have if you have a home defense pistol or definitely a concealed carry pistol. Now, finding someone that has some credibility. Of course, NRA certification is really important, and so that's one of the things that I like about Mike Lau at South Carolina Gun School is that we do a lot of things kind of outside of the box. One of the great things that I like is when we do our drills, when we're laying down on the ground and we're shooting up at a target. And then getting up as we're shooting. And then getting up next to the target, right up next to it, and firing our weapons, which is really what you'll probably encounter in a real life situation.
Go ahead. Go ahead and fire.
Now these are many things that you're just not going to be able to do at a standard range. So going to a class, going to a school where they have everything set up, where safety is number one, which of course these guys have safety officers that are there at all times, making sure that people are being safe, that they're keeping their fingers out of the trigger, that they're not sweeping other class members. We started out the morning with just rudimentary basics, making sure that the guns are functioning correctly, making sure you're getting the right sight picture, hitting the target in a small area. And then from there, we just kind of backed out into more and more advanced techniques. After lunch, we really hit it hard. And that's one of the great things is being able to do some things like running or walking and moving. So that's one of the things you don't get to do, obviously, at most of your indoor ranges and very few of your outdoor ranges. But one of the great things that I like about what Mike does at South Carolina Gun School and some other schools that I've been to is to substitute dummy rounds into the mix. So when you're firing your handgun, then all of a sudden you have a click, you immediately know what to do because you're going through the drill. And it was one of the things that really is an eye-opener for a lot of people. It's really funny when you're shooting at a range and then all of a sudden the gun stops to function, you stop and you look at it and you're examining it instead of going through the right drills. Now I'm going to show a lot of what happens when dummy rounds are being used. And you'll notice the orange little dummy round or yellow come flying out of the gun.
I'm going to give you 4. So as we reload them, just load them in.
We've all done control. There you go.
Those dummy rounds, man, that just is the deal.
They get you every time.
It's the deal. When you're firing that gun and it malfunctions and you immediately pull it back and go to the next round, that's when you know that you're starting to really improve on your fighting abilities. Now, shooting around barriers, that's a great way. Moving into different positions. Going into a figure 8 around barriers. Hitting steel, shooting steel, hearing the instant gratification of that steel being hit. And when you miss, you know you've missed. And then also with a little hostage target on the side, getting your accuracy down while you're really trying to get onto that target. It's really a great way to train.
Hey!
There you go, watch your step.
There you go, cover. Come up fighting. There you go. Come on. Come on, cover, cover, cover.
It would be worth paying for the class just to get involved in doing some of these shooting positions and being able to move. Plus, you have a really great instruction to be able to move you to the next level. So there's so many reasons why training is so important, and yet it's just a lot of fun. Not competing against one another, but individually improving our own skills. And so that was a great way. I had a great class. We always do. Whenever I go and attend one of the classes at South Carolina Gun School, there's a spirit of camaraderie. So now you may not live anywhere close to South Carolina and not able to attend, but there are schools in your area. I can't necessarily recommend all those. I know I get a lot of questions about where should I attend? Is there a good school in this area? Is there a good school in that area? Listen guys, there are a lot of schools out there. You need to do your research. A lot of times the NRA will give you a list of different instructors and where they're teaching. And so just get online, find out in your area where you need to shoot. If you want to come down to South Carolina and go to the South Carolina Gun School, it's also a great way to train. One of the things that I'm going to do on my Facebook page, and that's SCOTG Fun Gun Reviews Facebook page, when I'm getting ready to attend an upcoming class, a couple of weeks ahead of time, I'll list it on my Facebook page. So keep track of that, like the page, you can follow it. I always put a lot of different things on there that I don't necessarily put on my YouTube channel. A lot of upcoming reviews and different announcements, places I'm going to be. So I definitely and highly recommend that you get training, and that if you live close to this area in South Carolina, Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee, we'd love to have you down at the South Carolina Gun School. You'll find that it's well worth it. Now the event took place at the SCOTG range down in Lawrence, South Carolina. It's a fairly new gun club, and there are a lot of bays. It's a really nice facility. And one of the things though that is a big draw to me for this range is that it has a 1,000-yard rifle range.
Here we got the bench out to the 1,000-yard range. That's pretty awesome. And not only that, look at that view.
This is a really cool range, and I'm looking for a lot of great things out of these guys coming up. I'll have all the information down below and a live link for you just to click on to go to the website. And there are other events that the South Carolina Gun School will be doing there, plus there are other ranges. So check out the South Carolina Gun School website, and Mike Lau, the owner, he's a good personal friend of mine. We've done a lot of videos together, and just a great guy, and all the guys on the team are just great to work with. So if you get a chance and you're in the area, come to the South Carolina Gun School. Again, I'll have some dates of when I'll be there coming up. But then also, wherever you live, look for good defensive class ranges in your area, because there are a lot out there and they will really improve your skills, I guarantee it. And I want to thank HPR specifically because they did furnish the ammunition for this shoot. And I'll tell you what, guys, this is some of the best ammunition. You can find it at Cabela's, Bass Pro, Academy Sports, and you can order it. Just good stuff. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic.
Unsheath! Hi-ya!
Fixed bait.
Yeah! Yeah!
Add that to the gun school.
That is awesome.